Okay. With 3 more, and we'll have 52. All right, let's go. Hey, whoops, see? That's way overpowered. Hey, it's Gee, many Christmas. Let me turn down the game and see what it goes. We'll put this in the blooper reel. Hey, it's Friday night, and welcome to the Fancaste, episode 49. I'm your host, Brainmuffin, the lifting nerd, and with me tonight, all the way from somewhere, I think he's from Dallas or somewhere like that, getting stormed or rained in or whatever, is, what's his nuts? TapAndDie.
Hello, everyone. I'm mentally exhausted right now.
And I've been drinking for the last 2 hours, but I still got more beer to drink, and all the way from Nueva York, Limpy.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is raining over here in New York City right now. It is quite pouring in cats and dogs, and I think a few men are falling from the sky. And all I can tell you, ladies and gentlemen, is I should not be allowed to drive right now. I think I might be under the influence.
I thought he called you Limpy for a second there.
I did. That's what Kendall
You
calls
did?
him. Kendall,
God.
yeah. Yes, are you
Well,
guys?
it's a lot better than what
I know
Kendall calls me.
LMP is not a patron, but Tap, are you a patron?
Yeah.
Okay. So if you listen to last night's After Hours,
No.
Kendall brought it up.
Chance.
Well, and one thing I don't understand is when Dion's not there, why is it after dark? I don't get it. I don't know.
I got it.
Darkness is past.
Yes. All right, so I'm going to trust my system to keep recording, and we're going to turn LMP loose on a topic. So some news came to light about Mr. De Niro. Now, this, if you've listened to David Icke for any length of time, something like this happening to a Hollywood figure should not surprise you in the least. Just remember, Pizzagate was real. So, LMP?
Yes.
Oh, thank you for demonetizing us again.
I know. The floor is yours. Run away.
Jesus.
So let us. What happened? What about Mr. De Niro that we need to even be concerned about?
Okay, ladies and gentlemen. So, being the low level and awful troll that I am, and just like in going through the bullshitters fan page, somebody posted, specifically Michael Bauman. So this is to you, sir. Posted the article from the WashingtonPundit.com. It basically reads as follows: Robert De Niro linked to child sex trafficking ring, according to courts. Now, if we actually read the article, and I think I'm going to just pull in Eddie Cantillo here. Let's see. Something about girls as young as 15, sex with Hollywood's rich and powerful. Something about the French Vice Squad, traced 89 young women who said they have been tricked or sometimes physically constrained by the industry into working for them. Blah, blah, blah. Let's skip ahead. The case uncovers the brutal methods used to snare by young women, someone as young as 15, into a call girl agency. Blah, blah, blah. Let's keep going. There's got to be something here. Okay. After gaining their confidence, he persuaded them to pose for more revealing pictures. The girls were then convinced, if possible, that prostitution was the best way to get into modeling or movie careers. If they refused, they were blackmailed with a threat that the photographs would be sent back to their families. I added that was that they would be sent back to the families. I'm sorry, I got to specify people that I'm reading this verbatim. In some cases, they were simply abducted. Several girls cited the investigating judge's report accused Mr. Bourgeois of rape. This is about someone else, but basically, it is saying that Robert De Niro was the supplier. The article is there for you guys to read, ladies and gentlemen. I know I just do what Eddie Cantillo does best and skim it, but it's pretty damning shit.
Oh my God.
I'm not going to read the whole thing. I don't think people want to hear me read for like 20 minutes. Besides,
20
you never
minutes.
taught us how to in Mexico.
So are you done already?
Well, I mean, that's the summary of it, basically. I just found out about this as soon as I logged on to join you guys, basically. And, well, when you're talking about Pizzagate, you know, this whole controversy, and I think that's been a bit of a topic we never really got into here, mostly because of just how disturbing it is, but also of how YouTube has been quick to suppress or censor anything remotely covering the topic, such as a few other incidents involving certain particular types of firearms and incidents of large crowds of people and inconsistency, that usually those videos will be the first to get pulled, demonetized, or anything of the like. Almost as if to say, even if it's true, you're not allowed to talk about it. So,
well, it's not almost as if to say, it is as if to say. That's exactly what's going on. We don't approve of your speech, so we're going to censor you. We don't approve of what you're covering, even if it's truthful. Doesn't matter. The narrative is the more important thing. And yeah, this is, Alex Jones got removed this past week from everything. I think Apple finally dropped him. And I will fully admit, I'm not a fan of Alex Jones, although I do like some of the stuff that he has. And I know Eric goes on and on about, Leanne Macaboobs, but he had a chance.
So can you believe him?
Right. See, this is where I think some of this shtick is on purpose. It's like he had a chance to show the world that he's not this goofball and really make headroad in Congress, and yet he acts like an absolute lunatic. It's like he did everything he could to make sure he got kicked off of everything. Is what it feels like.
But here's the other thing. Even if it's kind of a lose-lose situation, not saying that you're not right, but with Alex Jones' case, I think part of the thing, because the whole thing with him and the character of Alex Jones, I'm talking about the character now, not the person who's in real life, is that he pretty much, I think when it was the whole course of the whole court case, child custody case to him and his wife or something like along those lines, he's basically saying it's just a character that he plays essentially on TV. And I think part of the reason why is so that it would be a hook, kind of like something to draw in people, get people talking. Because even if he were to be like very well-spoken, very insightful, and just stop being a goofball, you see that even people who are just trying to speak the truths or trying to give an alternate opinion, even in the most professional of ways, they still get silenced on some shape or form. And I think it's really what it was that because he became a goofball and he became a character, people actually, to some extent, may have not necessarily always believed him, but they were willing to listen to him. It's kind of different from the like homeless person that you see on the street who's always talking about Armageddon. People are like, all right, we're just leaving him alone, but not because we don't want to deal with him and we won't even listen to him. He's a little bit he's different from that. He's the goofball. He is that homeless person on the street saying all these conspiracy theories, where people are actually listening. They're actually giving him a chance. And that's what I feel was that scared YouTube, scared Google, Google essentially, scared Google, and now they're going to try to, now they're trying to get Gab to pull his stuff out. They're threatening Gab, and I forgot who else. Sorry, I drink a little water here, ladies and gentlemen.
That's all right. I mean, they're going after everybody. And there are even some leftists that they don't like that they're being pushed out. And my whole point is, Alex had a chance to really get this in front of Congress. So this is the kind of crap going on. And then he acts like an absolute lunatic, and as opposed to taking it serious. And so I don't know how much of this is his character and how much of it is he believes it helps his bottom line if he gets kicked out. Right. So, I know his radio show is on, it's there. He is on the radio in some places in this. And I think in Knoxville, there's a station that carries like an hour of his show. When I have traveled down to Atlanta, and I'm going through the AM dial when I'm around Knoxville, there's some station that has him, but depending on what time I go through, I may not get it or whatever. It's not like I go to Atlanta constantly, so I don't know exactly. But this is why it's hard for me to take him too seriously. I mean, yeah, the gay frogs and all that, that was a Berkeley study, but the way he presents it, it's people giggle at him as opposed to, oh, there are things in the water. There's been studies, multiple studies in Western countries. The UK just published one talking about the sperm count of men dropping. I mean, it's like 60% since like 1958 or something. I forget what years, but one of the things that they believe is causing it is the high amount of oral contraception used by women. So this gets in the water supply and it stays there. So,
So
things
what
like
you're saying
that.
is
But
it's women's fault.
right, but if I said, "Oh, they're turning the men gay," you're just going to look at that and say, "Well, what the heck is he talking about?" So, yeah, I don't know. And this thing now with De Niro, this was the sex scandal, right? Because I wasn't around when you were talking.
No, it's basically, like, again, to me, this is news. I was never aware of this. I was never informed. All I knew was that, all I've known as far as De Niro in the last couple of years, aside from being in forgettable or trashy movies, I name me one good one that I can remember, really, was that he made that commercial about wanting to punch Trump in the face when he was running for president. And somebody telling me, "Oh, De Niro speaks his mind. De Niro got guts to say that on TV." I'm like, no, he doesn't, because when you hate the same person that everybody else hates, it doesn't make you a coward. It just makes you a fucking sheep. He's just basically being, I guess, a televised sheep, talking about he wants to punch the same guy that everybody wants to punch. It's like a funny joke that I heard from South Park. Someone was watching it at my job. Was watching, and there was this joke about, like, how do you feel about Christmas, right? It was a Christmas episode, and there was like 10% said they feel strong about it. 20% say they I don't remember the exact numbers, right? But then it was like an astounding 54% said they would kick Bon Jovi in the nuts if they had the chance. Yeah, and it's like, if that's how the majority feels, you're not really being brave. You're just joining the rest of the pack. So when he made those remarks, and then he kept like going on the Trump derangement syndrome thing, and like, listen, you don't have to love the guy or hate the guy, but ladies and gentlemen, get over it. It's over. It's been over for a good 2 years now. Get over it. And he's been railing. He's been one of those people that's been constantly talking shit about the guy, and now this is making itself into the limelight. I am like, well, De Niro, you got some explaining to do, buddy. Wait a second. Now that I'm thinking about it, 15-year-old girls, right? Wasn't he in a movie one time with that he was with a character that was 15 years old, a prostitute or something like that? God damn.
It was 12 years old. It was Taxi Driver.
Oh shit.
I was thinking the same thing just now.
Oh, Jodie Foster, right?
Oh shit. Robert.
Bobby. Before she was a lesbian,
yeah.
Oh shoot. Oh man, Al Pacino must be rolling in his grave right now. Bobby, what are you doing?
Pacino's not dead.
Are you sure? I saw him die in Carlito's Way.
Oh no, he died in Scarface.
He died twice. My God, this guy is Jesus. Oh God, let me stop bringing up Pacino's name. I don't want something to come out about him next. Please, God, not Pacino. Robert De Niro, yeah, you could take you could take him. What was else? A Deer Hunter. Was
yeah. But again, this is the Hollywood cesspool, right? It's not surprising because this seems to be the normal out there, unfortunately. And I'm not excusing it. I'm just saying, this is like, oh, that's Hollywood again. Yeah. Well, surprise.
That's exactly the attitude. See, that's the thing. They have this elitist attitude, this very pompous attitude. It's very like, I got it. We're gonna talk about this later. This particular word, this privileged attitude that they can do no wrong, and that no matter.
I don't know if it's do no wrong right. that they believe they can get away with anything. But there's also the more conspiracy side of this, which says this is what they do with actors, so that when they want to get rid of them, that's when they let it all come to light. So, how much of this is the culture and how much of it is, it's like Matt Lauer, right? People put up with it for how many years, and finally when it was decided, yep, we've had enough of Matt, it's time for him to go. All of a sudden now we hear all these they're allegations and things too, but all this crazy crap that he was doing with female coworkers and I couldn't get away with it, but I'm not a celebrity. So there's some of that elitist attitude, but there's some of it that's almost like they breed it so that they can control the people, and when they're done with them, they just toss them aside. You know what I mean?
You know, what's scary is that a lot of these conspiracy channels that always talk about, like, not just Pizzagate, but the Illuminati, the Freemasons, mind control, MK Ultra, all these things, right? Suddenly, they're starting to become a lot more credible. Like, as more and more of these like scandals keep breaking out from Hollywood, like, it's not saying that they're true, like that they're fact, but rather that now all of a sudden they went from sounding like crackpots to sounding like people with, like, it's like, you know what, all this stuff that's suddenly just like come into light. You might be onto something. You might be hinting at something. And you know what's even scarier is that, keep in mind, we grew up with a lot of these actors, actresses. Well, not so many of the actresses. They haven't got a lot of scandals yet, but like the female and female celebrities that we grew up with a lot of them. Like De Niro, I was probably too young to appreciate movies like Deer Hunter and such. But Meet the Parents, Meet the Fockers, that was a thing. Bill Cosby, for example, Pudding Pops, I grew up with that. Just to name a few examples. So it's like, many, many years later, especially when they're hitting into their old age, way past their prime, and that you're basically pretty much useless to anybody at this point. It's not like they're really contributing anything. It almost makes you wonder if they were doing that sort of stuff back then, the people of now, what if they're doing some crazy shit right now?
Right.
And then, like, by the time we're long dead and our kids are grown up, and they're going to be the ones to find out, oh shit, this person now, who I watched, and God forbid, I really don't want to go, I don't want to jinx it, but I watched him in some superhero movie. He was a great actor, a great actress, and all of a sudden now it came out that they were involved with this shit this whole time. And it's a very scary thought, because now this comes into the whole culture thing comes into play. Is this something that's like, well, you'll be famous, but you got to do a few things to get in the club type of thing.
Yeah, that's what it feels like. Or it. One of the things that now this was on, I think it was on Alex Jones' show or something. This was a while ago, but it was a guy who claimed that he was instrumental in getting Bill Clinton elected to be governor of Arkansas, and he was up and coming political. He'd gone to various universities, been involved with the Young Democrats and all this stuff, and they chose him because he was charismatic, but he was also this sexual deviant. Really, he was more than just a ladies' man. He was a sexual predator, and they knew that, and they knew that they could control him because he wouldn't want that out. And you had this when he ran for president. We had the Bimbo Eruption Squad, and Hillary covered for him for a lot of stuff. This is why Hillary felt that the presidency was hers. She had put up with this crap for however many years they were married. And when some of these scandals broke back in the 90s, the press didn't care. Oh, that's between him and his wife. This is, or it's not sex, or it doesn't count because it's blowjobs. It doesn't count because it's this. And so he's still sheltered from that. So he's still protected for some reason. Plus, he's pretty old and has some power, but yeah, it is uncanny how, like you said, Cosby and a few others and older actors, or actors who get off the reservation, as it were, who go too far in their own direction. And it's like, okay, it's time to get rid of these people. And it'll come out that they're part of a sex scandal, or they'll go in and out of rehab, or various things will happen, and they just kind of get shoved to the background. Like, people turn it. It reminds me. You guys ever read the book 1984?
No, I have a copy of it, but I need to read it.
Yeah, you do need to read it.
Well, I'm gonna go look for my copy. You should educate him in the meantime.
Right. So there is a thing I've never seen the movie, but I've only read the book. And I'm sure I'll get this wrong, but basically, if I remember correctly, there's basically three major countries of the world, and I forget what they're called. And the guy that's kind of the eyes and the narrator of the story is in one of them, and they're at war with one, and the other is their ally. And he's at a rally for support for their allies and against the enemy. And so people have banners, down with so and so and up with the other, company. So country. So the guy I think he's like one of the deer leaders is speaking, and someone comes on stage and hands him a note, and he opens it and he keeps talking. He's just going through his speech, and he folds it up. In mid sentence, the guy flips who's the enemy and who the ally is, because apparently now the war has changed and they flip sides.
What the fuck?
Right. So he starts talking, and all of a sudden the crowd is subdued, and they're like, "What?" And they're not sure what to see. And then they start looking around, and then they start yelling that there's agents of the country that was their friend that's now their enemy, and all these pro support banners that these people brought with them. And they start tearing them down and start chanting, down. And I wish I remembered the countries that it was. And that's what the narrator tells you. And this is what I feel like a lot of this stuff is we have these beloved actors or politicians or whatever, these public figures, and people like them. And then when it's time to get rid of them, this information comes out and bam, right, in a heartbeat, people hate them. I never liked that. Blah, 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 blah. And it's somebody that they've followed for 30 years and seen all their movies and watched all their TV shows and have their autograph, but I never liked the son of a bitch. And it's like, no, it's exactly like that scene. It's just crazy.
Mm. Yeah, shit. That's I'm going to have to read this damn book. I need to just drop everything. Because it's been sitting on my shelf for I don't know how long. And I'm ready to start reading it.
Yeah, it is incredible.
Is LMP still there?
Guess he went for his book.
His book.
Did you both talk about the De Niro thing? I mean, I came back while LMP was still talking.
No. I don't even remember. No, he wasn't talking about it. What the hell were we? I don't even remember what we were talking about.
I just want to make sure you've had a chance to talk. I wasn't listening. So.
I didn't talk about it because I literally saw the article and I was kind of like not surprised, and I just kept going past it, honestly. Like, I'm just not surprised anymore on actors or whatever coming out, and it turns out, oh yeah, they've been, they're petter asses, or they're like deviant, just sexual deviants, or whatever. It's like, it's not surprising.
Right, or they're partner swapping with, everybody. And right, it's not surprising, and I don't know how much of it is the culture that turns people that way, or how much of these people have these inklings and they know, hey, we're going to make this person famous, because a lot of it is a factory. A lot of it is, they, especially in music and stuff, but even in movies, they can make or break stars, and they get someone they know they can control or reprogram. And I mean, that's when you get into the MK Ultra and all this other stuff that I haven't really decided if I believe fully in. But if you get someone who has those tendencies and you let them, you say, hey, you like that? Well, we can make sure that happens more often for you. And what I got to do? Well, you just got to sing, or you just got to act. You just got to show up when we tell you, and you do what we say. And don't piss us off, and we'll make sure that that you have your pleasures and no one finds out about them. Uh-huh. So either people are paid off or people disappear. In the case of the Clintons, it's amazing how many people commit suicide in their in their community, or get randomly assaulted and killed when they're out jogging or anything like that the day before they're gonna testify against them. Mm-hmm. It's uncanny. And so part of it is the culture, and then I think part of it is just they utilize that to control the people.
Mm-hmm. I have the countries: Oceania, Eurasia, and East Asia.
Yeah, I thought there was Oceania. Yeah, Eurasia and East Asia. Yeah. It's amazing, and I'm kind of on the fence of whether or not that was written as a warning or as a how-to manual. Because is that Aldous Huxley that wrote that, or did he write Oh Brave New World?
What would you say?
Who wrote that one?
Who wrote Brave New World?
No, Brave New World is Aldous Huxley or George Orwell.
Oh.
Yeah, so Brave New World's another one that's pretty interesting with the drug society and the soma and things that they take. But I've heard back and forth with George Orwell. Some people have said that he was an insider. Some people said he had insider information, and so he wrote it as a warning. And others say he was an insider and he wrote it as kind of to prepare the way. I mean, I don't know one way or the other, but it is amazing how accurate. And a lot of it, now granted, a lot of it's just human psyche. If you watch, it was written published in 49. So you had some of this come about in the United States in the 20s and 30s. And then what happened in Nazi Germany, a little bit also in Japan and Italy. In Japan, you have a very different culture where the emperor was, a god basically. But Germany, how they were able to train the Germans to hate the Jews, blame the Jews and the homosexuals and the gypsies for everything. Everything that was wrong with the country was their fault. Wasn't the Germans, it was this other group, just point your finger. And how you could get, you don't have to get everybody. You just have to get enough who follow blindly and enough who are scared out of their minds, and the rest just follow. Right? There'll be a few upstarts, and you shoot them down in the streets, and you make examples of them, and you can control a country very easily. So, and even, was it, who was Hitler's propaganda minister? Goebbels. He even said a lot of what he learned was from Madison Avenue. But you think of advertising. I mean, what's advertising trying to get? It's trying to get us an expected behavior out of people. It's not just inform, hey, this is why our product's good. The really underlying tone is to get you to, I need to buy that right now. I don't need it, but I need to buy it.
Stuff. I want a Nintendo. I want another Nintendo Switch. I think one is not enough.
I don't have any, so. One of my children bought one, but I forget who.
I'm shaking my head right now.
Well, he needs. I need a portable console to play Fortnite on, and I heard Leif is good at that.
Yeah, I'm good at Fortnite. I rock the server to sleep.
Yeah, I could see him talking shit to like little kids when they mess with him. Little fucking shit, I'll beat your ass good. Or something like that.
I'm gonna smack your mama, you're so ugly.
He probably smashed his mother, right? And what's right, LMP? He's so old.
Oh, now we're back to Leif jokes. That's great.
Yeah. No, you're late. Like the kids will be talking shit to Leif. Oh, well, I fucked your mom, and Leif would be like, well, yeah, I fucked your great. The match is over. Great grandmother. That kid is 20 now.
You're actually my child. You don't know it.
No, speaking of that line, that was there was a similar line like that. If you ever that movie with Denzel Washington, Equalizer 2, where he goes to rescue this kid, this teenager that joined the gang, and the guys are all, when he busts in with the guns, the guys asking, who is this guy? He's like, I'm your daddy. Your mom just never told you. Oh man, that's a great. He was great, and what I liked about that movie is how that movie is just. It's Denzel Washington. Never been the biggest fan of him per se, but he's a fine actor. Has been around for years, and I like how even in his movies, there's no sense of like the propaganda, the Hollywood propaganda we see of nowadays. Even in his movies, he kind of goes against it. Yeah, there'll be a little bit slight touches of racism here and there, or social or commentary, but it's like to establish who's the hero and who's the villain type of thing. And it's like in the beginning of that film, for example, he goes to Turkey. So he's not dealing with white men as the villain. He's dealing with, obviously, their people. For example, when he goes into the ghetto neighborhoods, again, he's dealing with non-whites. So it was a nice, refreshing touch to see, like, hey, it's not the typical all white men, all straight white men are evil type of thing. He really keeps it classy, and that was a great movie. Really enjoyed it from start to finish.
Is there a second one, right? Supposed to be coming out?
Yeah, that was 2. I haven't seen 1. But I might just I'm gonna definitely watch one when I get a chance, just because of how awesome 2 was. Like 2 on its own, what felt like a great standalone film. Like I didn't even need to watch 1 to understand what was going on. I'm pretty sure I'm missing out on stuff, but you know, it was still a good film nonetheless. I really enjoyed it.
I'm happy for you.
That's what I'm saying. Like when we was talking about the whole Pizzagate thing, it's like we grew up with a lot of these actors, and you know, they influence a lot of what would become popular culture in some shape or form. And to hear like all this stuff coming out about him, it's like, goddamn, can you only imagine like in 20 more years or 30 years, the guys that are in Hollywood now, the younger guys, younger girls, whatever, shit comes out about them, and it's gonna be like a total like it'll be like one of the darkest days in history type of thing.
You know, I was thinking about too was that South Park episode where Britney Spears, where they sacrificed her like for the corn harvest or something like that, where they built her up as this big image, and then when they didn't need her no more, they killed her. And then at the very end, they show it as Hannah Montana was the next star or whatever, or Miley Cyrus.
Yeah, it's funny how South Park. It's sad because South Park was way ahead of its time in so many of its episodes, and then, like in the last season, once they started becoming more canonical, where like every season, every episode continues in the next episode, and while I won't say they were pro Hillary per se, you kind of could tell that Comedy Central had finally gotten to them, because they've always been about going against Comedy Central and their rules at times. But you know, in the end, there have been some instances where, unfortunately, their hand was forced, and I think this is one of those instances where you could kind of tell, like someone was pulling the strings on them, saying, "Yeah, you're allowed to do this brand of humor, but I need you to kind of do a little propaganda here and there." And you could kind of see that they were trying to pull back from it, but it still showed. Oh man!
Well, the latest season, the promo they have cancel South. Their promo is hashtag cancel South Park. So they might be getting ready to irritate everybody again. We'll see.
Yeah. That's what they need to do. They need to push everybody's buttons, not just push the buttons of the people that are their fans, but also push the buttons to irritate their fans, irritate the censors, irritate everyone. Just go back to what made South Park great. One could even say they should make South Park.
Oh God, don't say it.
Restored to its former glory.
Make it great again.
I don't know where you heard that slogan from, but whoever invented it sounds amazing, like an amazing guy.
Make South Park straight again.
Oh hell yeah! I think Mr. Garrison could definitely go back to that.
There you go. Let's start another conspiracy. They turned South Park gay because they're afraid of what they have to say. So don't play in the hay.
That would explain the episodes with the gerbil up Garrison's ass.
Who?
No, it's not Garrison's ass.
Yeah, I didn't remember they shoved Lemmy-Winks up the gay man's ass. Oh no, that was Slave. Yeah, you're right. Excuse me for not remembering all the gay characters. It's not like Big Gay Al hasn't been relevant in the last couple years.
No excuse.
Who? Yeah, I haven't watched South Park in I don't even know how
long. I don't know. I mean, how long have you been on this earth to watch all these shows?
Oh, you're funny. You're what we call a funny kind of cute.
A funny kind of cute. All right, as long as you didn't start saying how my mouth looked purty, I'm fine with this statement. But knowing from where I'm from, you probably wouldn't want my mouth anyways, or any part of me for that matter.
What have we devolved to?
It's like that quesadilla gave me a case of the diarrhea. I can't shits right no more.
Got a case of the
Damn
gayarrhea.
right.
Got a case of the gayarrhea.
I hope like Alex Jones right now is like in some dark part of the world, like underneath a cardboard box. Look, it would like the weirdest, wild looking beard, all dirty, just looking like that crazy crackpot in the corner that spouts conspiracy theories, listening to random channels, and he
Where do
stumbles
you
upon.
we don't have a crazy crackpot on the corner. I guess they have that in New York, huh?
Yeah, there's plenty of them. Well, I'm actually the crazy crackpot for the most part, because I'm the one that goes against everybody else's opinions. But the homeless people every now and then do have some interesting things to say. Listen, if there's one thing I learned from Men in Black: nothing is as it seems.
You mean men are black? You gotta say it right.
Men are gay. That's what they are. They're gay.
Have you seen all the memes they've been putting on the fan page with all the Michael B. Jordan ones?
No, I heard him talking about him, but I went looking for him today. But I guess they've scrolled down too far, and I got too bored.
Yeah. Hang on, sorry about that. And then
Sorry
the
about
ones
keeping you
that they're
up.
doing with Dion, they're putting Dion's face on all these movies. And I like the one where he's Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I need to
I saw that one.
I'm gonna make that picture my wallpaper on my phone. So that's what I'm gonna do with that one.
I didn't see that one.
Because I made the Titanic one my wallpaper, but that's my new one where Dion is Buffy.
No, you know which one I wish you had made? Remember, if you remember, like I think it was episode. I think what was his name? Ox for President. Hey, Ox, this one's for you. Reminded me, it was I think episode 33 and a third, where they did Shia LaBeouf and everything, and it was like Shia LaBeouf's head on that Titanic, Shia LaBeouf's head on the iceberg. Just do it as they're crashing into each other. We need that with Dion's face now.
When he's saying, what would he say? Be saying, I'm trying to think of a word.
Actually, no, wait.
One of his phrases. What's one of his phrases to be good for that picture?
Well, actually, it could be one of two things. Either Leon's face on the Titanic, about to crash the iceberg, which has a horse for a face, or Lena Dunham for a face.
Yeah, Lena Dunham's face on the iceberg and Dion's on the Titanic. That one. Yeah. And the shirt says, "Is a pig's pussy pork?"
That's funny.
Oh man, do you think he ever like wonders to himself at times, like, I'm gonna get all these people back one of these days?
He's gonna do like a mass shooting or something.
Well, he does live in Michigan.
He's gonna be like, I'm gonna show up.
I'm
the
here
trick
shooting up
and
this
some
place.
aviator shades. And he's gonna be like, I got till I get to the middle of the room to get out of here, and he just starts blasting everybody away.
Yeah.
Like every time he's blasting people, throwing the catchphrase, one of his catchphrases.
He say meat potatoes, or what does he say? The minush, or what was that word he would say? Ah, damn it! I'm trying.
I know
You
what
know what I'm trying to say? Yeah, the words he would say, the minush or something like that. He would say, "At the end of the day, bitch."
Right.
At the end of the day.
Meet your end of the day.
Yeah.
Doodle butter.
You know what time it is? It's the end of the day for you.
He'll say, "You're welcome, America."
Yeah.
Jeff, I agree.
And there's that too.
Where are all the white
His
women at?
original plan and his pan.
Yeah. Baby, back at it again. Every week he says the same thing. Baby, we're back at it again.
And then, actually, it was funny at my job. There's some guys, these two guys, supposed to fix something, and they're calling me because I'm in charge of that. And I don't know what the hell's going on. They're like, "Well, I thought you were the man with the original plan." and I just looked dead at the black guy. I was like, but I don't have an original tan. I was just like, he laughed, and I was like, and I'm thinking to myself, does he know what I'm talking about? Because he laughed too hard. So I wonder if he was thinking about Dion. Maybe he was a world-class bullshitters fan. But I did said, I don't have an original tan.
That would be good. That'd be cool.
Could be. He could be.
Yeah, because like took a picture, put on Facebook, like two fans meet each other by chance, small world or something like that.
All right.
It'll be like if, for example, one day, just randomly on the street, two people will lock eyes, like just two random people, never met in life and whatever, and for some reason they lock eyes, and then out of nowhere, a horse shows up, and their first thought, like both of them simultaneously, will shout out something
Dion!
along the line, like Dion Green, and like they will look at each other's eyes, rip open the T-shirt to reveal a WCBS T-shirt underneath that. And you only imagine
best friends.
Yes, that would be the start of a friendship. A horse that reminded them of Dion Green.
No, Dion, no.
You know, we should write a book, and that's what it's called. Was it A Horse Named Dion Green?
A horse named Dion Green.
Yep.
Chapter 1. Her name was Lena.
Her name was Lena. She was.
Oh God, no.
I think Dion is awesome, but oh my God, seriously, he would bang Lena Dunham. Are you serious?
Yeah.
I lost a bit of respect.
That was
a little bit, not a lot.
That's a weird one. Fat white chick.
Well, to be fair to Dion, right? To be fair, I'm pretty sure somewhere in my native homeland, she's considered like a high 8 or 9 compared to our standards. So I could understand that. Here's the problem. I don't think Dion's Mexican. So Dion, I have to agree with these guys. I'm a little disappointed here, buddy. I figure you'd want some more high quality type of white ladies. I'm just saying, Dion. I'm just saying.
I mean, he could have at least been attracted to like a chick with an ugly face but a hot body or something like that. But no, it's failure on both sides. Yeah.
Butterface.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Not even Butterface. Lena Dunham's a different case altogether. It's like, but everything there, like
of ugly.
Yeah, and she back when was it Girls? Was that the name of the show that?
Yeah, that was. I heard of it, but I never saw it.
It seems to me she got just recently changed. I don't know. I'm looking for something in Photoshop, so I'm only half listening. I'm sorry.
I mean, whatever chick you use, just Photoshop Dion's face on it. The hottest chick you can find and put Dion's face on it.
I don't know if I can.
You know what you should do? Photoshop Dion's face on Lena Dunham's body.
Riding a horse.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that will be meme of the year instantly. But Dion will pull for us to get banned from Facebook and any live streams.
No, and then just put a bag. Was it those golden Oreos he likes?
Golden Oreos. I don't think I ever had any of those. I remember when they were out. I mean, they're not around anymore, right? Or do they come and go? Or
I think
golden Oreos.
Mm-hmm.
No, those are still around. Well, I don't know if it's a regional thing, but at least over here we still have golden Oreos like all over the place.
Yeah, I don't know. I try to stay away from that stuff so I don't. I know the last time I looked at all that stuff, there was like a zillion versions of Oreo, and like some of the flavors seemed very horrible.
Yeah, I don't know who eats peanut butter Oreos. That seems kind of
weird.
Might be the same type of people that like feed their kids soy straight out of the womb.
What?
Straight
I
out.
don't know. I'm just saying shit. Like this is what I do.
You are just saying. It's like, what? That don't make no kind of sense.
Listen, the worst mistake that ever happened when I first came to this country was to learn the language, because immediately I think I became even more retarded than when I was where I came from. It's like learning a more developed language actually made me dumber. So I will say dumb shit from time to time.
Well, next time stay in Taco Land.
But senor, Taco Land no safe. They cartel. They smashed my cart and my burro.
You're making.
Did you know I
Kendo's
have
day.
to sell my burro as burritos for an entire year? She was my wife. I know there's got to be some people who listen to us and have to be rolling their eyes right now.
Let them.
It's okay.
It's probably just Jeff who's listening right now. Hey, Jeff.
As long as they don't roll out of their heads.
Okay, we've already talked about Dion. Let's talk about another bullshitter. Let's talk about Nick. Does he really like turkey and mayonnaise, or is that just a joke?
Wait, what? I missed it. What was the joke?
I said, let's talk about Nick. Does he really like turkey and mayonnaise, or is it a joke?
It's a joke.
Probably a joke.
He might like turkey and mayonnaise, though whether he likes to dip turkey legs in mayonnaise, as Kendo talks about, it's pretty much a joke.
Does he use real mayonnaise is the question.
Yeah.
Or does he use Miracle Whip?
I can tell you something about Nick, since no one listens to this show. Here, I'll put it this way. I'll do it as a teaser. He's not from Samoa.
Oh, shit. He's from New Zealand.
I ain't saying. I mean,
Okay.
if somebody's going to say, I know he growed up in Gatlinburg. Yeah, I get that. But I'm saying as a background, he's not Samoan.
What?
Yeah. My world's been shattered.
Oh my God! You know what you just did?
No.
I have to delete all my fan fictions now of Nick fighting Roman Reigns for last standing Samoan.
I won't say where his family's from, but
California.
Uh,
I won't say
I
what
don't know
foreign
why-
country.
I don't think I could think of.
His mom and dad are from a foreign
California.
country, but I won't say where.
Japan.
California, yeah. It is a foreign country.
California's pretty foreign.
That's a land of fruits and nuts.
Oh
Oh,
my God! No,
That was a good one. I like that one. I fucking like that one.
Have you not heard that one before?
No.
Oh, that's a good one back from the 70s, I think.
It sounds like it.
the land of fruits and nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could have sworn I've heard that once before, but this is the first time I ever understood the context of it.
Well, you know what? You're TapAndDie. Are you in Dallas or are you in Atlanta?
Dallas.
Well, you know what we used to say about Texas back in the 70s?
Tell me.
It's a land of steers and queers.
Yeah, and I just to let everyone know, I am a steer. So if you ever see me walking and on my farm, you know.
Your balls dragged behind you.
Yep.
Yeah. Let's tell
I have a
dead
question
baby
now.
jokes. Or no, what was the
We'll talk about what now?
what's grosser than gross, I think is how it started. I'm trying to remember a joke from almost 40 years ago, so give me a moment.
Was this during the Cold War?
Yeah, I think it was what's grosser than gross? A barrel of dead babies. You know what's grosser than that?
Kendo.
There's a live one at the bottom.
Ugh.
You know what's grosser than that? He's eating his way out.
Oh.
You know what's grosser than that? He's going back for seconds. So now you know something about my childhood, and that's maybe why I'm so warped as I am.
Well, you are from Germany, so there is already the red flags right there.
Get it? Red flags.
Red, white, and black.
Yeah.
See, I'm a half a
I bet
step ahead of you.
he's wearing the armband right now, I bet.
Oh,
Around my dick.
Like
So
he
wait a
puts it
sec.
on his arm and he looks in the mirror and he looks off to the side and he thinks about like the speeches that his great leader once gave, in German. Talking about
Wait.
and all that.
What?
Like, I'm thinking about something just now.
Well,
Late?
I can smell the smoke from here.
Late. You
What?
started only recently. You know Spanish too, and you grew up and you were from Germany.
Yes.
Oh God, no.
It would be more
No,
Argentina.
no,
You're saying.
no. Please tell me you never visited Argentina in your life.
I won't cry for you, Argentina.
Oh my God.
He was one of the boys from Brazil. That's what it is.
Brazil is Portuguese.
It's still doesn't matter. It's all the same tacos.
You can't be my uncle.
Tacos.
Los tacos estados.
Could you imagine that Hitler's clone, like, just instead of becoming a great leader, he grows up to, do beer reviews on YouTube?
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking he's him. Wait a second.
I don't
that
have a
might make
stupid
sense.
mustache.
Like, you gotta do like a video in German,
I've done one in German.
Like wait, let me finish.
Okay.
And you gotta put on the old uniform and the old armband and the old haircut. And like you're talking about like the hops or the taste, but then suddenly you go like into these like 20-minute rants about the Jews and how they're the real sneaky and all that and shit like that. But then you go like back to the reviewing the beer.
How they ruin beer.
The Jews.
Yeah.
Make me gay. Yeah, I don't know about that.
Talking about how they ruined the beer.
Look, if they could get angry with PewDiePie for something his fans did like that, I can't imagine if someone actually did that. Of course, there's only 600 some odd subscribers on my channel, so it's only 9 people would watch the review. Speaking of which, our experiment from last week did not work. I'm quite annoyed.
Yeah, I saw.
So I'm not picking a hot Asian this week. I'm picking a hot white woman.
But you making it sound like that's punishing me in some way.
She's 5'5" and 106 pounds. She's 35 years old. She's got a 34 seat.
Listen, Dion ain't the only one that likes white women, okay?
And she's got naked
he
pictures.
does too. As long as they're redheads.
She's a bottle blonde. I wonder what she was.
And listen, when we start doing like the Hall of Fame for other beautiful parts of the body, believe me, I have a few recommendations we could toss out there.
She was in something. There's naked pictures of her, but I don't know what they were published in. I thought that was Playboy, but I'm not so sure. That would have been like 10 years ago. But anyway, we got anything else to talk about? We've just kind of, I don't know. I didn't watch, I did listen to the show this morning, I think it was. Star Wars just seems to be. I started a Star Wars video for my channel. I don't know how long ago, maybe 2 months. I have yet to get back to it. It's like, I don't want to work on it. I don't care anymore, and that's my problem.
You know what? I'm gonna do a Star Wars video on my own. I'm gonna just see if it gets views. That's it. I'm just gonna make a video. I'm gonna just rant for 10 minutes and talk about how The Last Jedi is the worst 15 minutes experience for me ever, and how listen. If Alex Jones is right about the gay frogs thing, I'm gonna start going a step further and saying Kathleen Kennedy has a gay agenda and is trying to turn people gay, because clearly she was doing that with Luke. Let's start. I love the taste.
Yeah,
Jesus.
There was some. Hamill got asked that at some point if he thought Luke could be gay, and I think it was before The Force Awakens came out, and he was like, "Oh, I don't know, maybe."
Yeah, I think that was the wrong answer.
Yeah, I'm like, well, he kissed his sister, so maybe not.
Yeah, like he wanted. Okay, well, to be fair, he didn't know she was his sister.
I know.
But Jesus, the first time he laid eyes on her, he was like, "I would like to slam my saber into that."
Right. Well, he did say in an interview after the first Star Wars that he wanted Leia to end up with Luke, because he said if she ends up with Han Solo, she's a chump or something like that.
Yeah, look what happened to Force Awakens.
Yeah. So.
And if a New Hope is to be anything to be considered, well, I think there's a strong indication Luke was perfectly straight in that one too.
Yeah.
was a fan fiction that was all types of wrong.
Oh, A Nude Hope. Is that the one? Didn't they read that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So I was like, that sounds familiar.
Episode when they went to WrestleMania.
Well,
Yeah.
I thought the WrestleMania, or was that last year? Was last year's WrestleMania? That was My Immortal. Oh, that was actually 3 episodes.
That was 3, yeah. So, but the recent WrestleMania, wasn't that the one they went to?
Yeah.
Because that was when they were in Louisiana or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that was the Nude Hope one.
Yeah. Sounds about right.
Doesn't matter.
That's where we got the whole space.
Still better. Like, just listen to everyone, like, almost break down at how stupid that fan fiction was. And, like one part, I think you hear, like, Phil, he, like, breaks down twice, like, just starts laughing like a madman because it's just so dumb. And then I like hearing Dan reading the author's note. Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. Because, I think on that one, they did it over 3 different episodes. And I think when they started, Kendo wasn't on the show yet.
No.
And then by the 2nd or 3rd one, he was. Something like that. Oh, Toby, why are you whining? Wants to lick.
One of the dogs of war.
Yep. Daggone dog.
Yeah,
I just sit there whining all the time on what the hell it wants. Oh, I can just spin my dial. Can I get it to 270? Do I hear 270? 270, 270? Yay. Now what do I do? Click? Nope.
Can you imagine if Leif's dogs just suddenly start
talking to him?
Not even just talking to him.
Like Son of Sam?
Start barking. Well, something like that, but start barking Third Reich propaganda to you.
He'll be like, reminds me of the old days.
I haven't been pestered about my German heritage since I lived in Tennessee in the late 70s. Thank you very much.
Dogs reminding you that that you have to embrace your heritage.
Of my struggles. They remind me of my struggles. Thank you very much. Yeah. Come on, LP, keep up.
See, Kyle.
I can't even go on anymore. I'm just laughing at this. Everything, we're just cutting so much ass on Late for being damn, what would be the right word to call him?
That's what you want to say. I'm different, so you're going to make fun of me because I'm different.
No. I think the right word would be diverse.
Yeah, but people look at me and say, you're as white as a ghost. You can't be diverse. You're just an ace hole.
And yet you're the reason why people even drink beer nowadays. So
yeah, I'm the only reason.
They should be more than thankful to you.
That's right. Yeah, I posted a picture of a beer I did today, and was, so that Kendo knew that I was listening. I talked about all the varieties of hops and its incredible malt complexity. So, but I put a picture in the group. So there you go. There's today's thumbnail, by the way. So I will let you the readers, when we announce who's in the Hall of Fame today, I will let you as listeners do your own image searches, and it'll be well worth your time. So
be sure to wipe the keyboard before and after, preferably with a disinfected cloth.
Hang on. Hey, have y'all been watching that video of that?
That video, of course, we watched that video. Everybody's seen that video. Have you not seen that video? How can you not have seen that video? That video is so amazing.
The video that reporter who's pretending to be thrown in the wind, and you see 2 people in the background just walking casually in the storm.
Oh, is that why you can't trust the news? I saw that, but I wasn't paying that close attention. So
it's so funny. I'm looking at it right now. I just it's like, what the fuck? Like, the Weather Channel, how could you do this to me? I actually like the Weather Channel for some reason.
Oh, why don't you guys tell me?
I have to ask something, because the Weather Channel is still a news channel.
Mm-hmm.
Does anyone know if the Weather Channel during the election started spewing any anti-Trump propaganda? I'm just asking because they are a news channel.
I have no idea.
Oh my god.
Now maybe we should search for it, Weather Channel, and then type in the date. Maybe something will come up. Like the date of the night of the election or whatever.
Like when 9/11 happened. Oh god, I'm going there. I'm going there, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh.
When it happened, when 9/11 happened, what was the Weather Channel reporting?
The increase in smoke, I guess, in the air. I don't know.
God, I feel like I just entered insensitive territory. I feel awful now.
I don't remember the weather at the time, but I've heard since then that there was actually a hurricane that was off the coast that was headed to make landfall, and then it got pushed like 100 miles east, and that's why the weather in New York on 9/11 was so clear that day. And of course, the conspiracy theorists are, that's the government controlling the weather because they wanted the towers to fall.
Mm-hmm.
That would be something. That really would.
And I swear to God, the pictures that Darren Copson posted, the more I look at them, the more they look like rendered images, especially in the face. It may not be, but they sure do look it.
I'm gonna definitely have to look up this video, TapAndDie, because I don't think nobody's posted it on Facebook. So when I get a chance, I'll watch it.
Which
The
one?
Weather Channel guy struggles to stand while others Weather Channel fail. Oh, this is it. Yeah, I'm watching it now.
Well, there's only one thing I could think that could make me think about why the guy is struggling to keep himself up. If he's not faking it, of course. If he's not faking it, and I think I have an answer to it.
Soy boy.
Ah, damn it! He beat me to it.
I don't think that's a Weather Channel guy. I think it's just somebody just trolling.
Oh.
I wouldn't be surprised if it was Weather Channel, but that just looks more like it's they've. There's one where they have a thing about live TV, but then it has weather in Jacksonville, Florida. So I'm wondering if they're just trolling.
That would be cool.
On the moon back there, just chilling.
Oh, I see it now. Wow, that guy really looks like he's struggling to like stand up, and the other guys in the background are just casually walking by.
Yeah, like, hey, it's raining, it's a little windy, but that's about it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, boy, mate, you got a license for that? Oh, there's a topic we could talk about.
What, the EU thing?
Yep.
Yeah.
Friendly reminder.
11
Can't
and
spell
13.
the EU. Fuck, I'm ruining my own joke.
Yeah, you did. You gave the punchline first. You need to set up first. You go set up, then punchline.
Well, that's how I wound up like a name with a name like Liquid Metal Pro, because I went with the joke. I gave the joke first, and I forgot to set it up.
All right, do it right this time.
Just remember, ladies and gentlemen, you can't spell cucked without the EU.
Aha ha.
Right.
Or
Or ED. Yeah, why don't you guys chat, and I'm gonna go grab my last beer.
I actually thought he was gonna say, "Let me go grab my daughter." Like, I'm like, why?
She's up. She just got home. She's upstairs somewhere. But go ahead.
Okay, that's
Okay.
like a pretty dark twist.
So
Give me like
about
a minute and a half. You talk a lot, right? Go.
Okay, first we need to establish what the hell is the EU.
The EU, as defined by one Alex Jones, basically is a central government that controls Europe and all the European nations that are a part of it. At one point, U.S. was a part of it. Thankfully, someone took us out of it.
We're still in the UN though.
Yeah, well, the UN can suck a dick too.
I know it needs to suck a fat dick. The U
But
in
that's
UN
probably
stands for fucking useless.
That does.
Mm-hmm.
It really does.
But back to the EU.
So yeah, so the EU basically decided to pass what is it, I think Articles 11 and 13 or something like that. I forgot the exact names.
That was 13.
13. I know that they're basically at this point, ladies and gentlemen, in order to use the internet in the EU, if you're going to browse certain subjects such as, I don't know, quality fat material or not so quality fat material, you have to have a license for that. Hence the jokes that you've probably been hearing lately about, oi, mate, you got a license for that? And yeah, I know I probably did the accents of 3 different places on Earth, so sue me. Which, by the way,
sound like a Falklands accent.
I don't know. Listen, I'm not good with accents. I lost my accent when I migrated to this country, and
dude,
God
you still have an accent. You sound freaking brown as hell. I bet you're like on that threshold of just being black.
Ooh, he went there. He went there, ladies and gentlemen. He went there like he went there before. Yeah. There we go. He went there. Yeah, but
anyway, so you can't do memes or whatever, or something like that, right?
Well, that's part of it. Basically what it is that I think it's like the link tax. Basically, that it's the equivalent of paying royalties for using copyrighted material. So you know how a lot of memes are based on copyrighted material. If you're in the EU, and from what I understand, it's only I think it only applies to uploading material. So if you, hence again, going back to the whole license to upload thing, that if you're going to upload certain material and it's copyrighted, and it doesn't necessarily have to be images, it could be songs or different things. Like, it's really open to interpretation. It's really a busted law, and it's only going to make things worse for the people of Europe. You can get hit with copyright lawsuits if you don't pay up. So you can imagine, for all the people out there that like to shitpost and put quality memes up, and I'm not talking of the leftist variety, because let's face it, the left can't meme. Yeah, thank you. The people really over there are kind of fucked right now. And it's even come to a point where you even have people from Europe saying they wish the United States would just invade them already. And
hey, if they're ready for us to pound that ass, hey, we're ready to. We need another war.
Well, listen, I wouldn't mind mingling with the lovely women of European descent in certain European countries that still haven't been, I don't know, tainted by, I guess, foreign influence would be a nice way of going about it. But then again, I would be a foreign influence, wouldn't I?
See, if we attack
you're just
them,
a dang foreigner.
Japan will be on our side this time, and then they can give us their mechs, all their Gundams to use.
Oh God, I would love to pilot a Gundam.
Wouldn't that just be cool?
But see, here's the thing. Since I could imagine, like, if they were to get all the people, like, we were all go to Japan and be given mechs to pilot to invade the EU, somehow, us brown people, specifically us Mexican brown people, they're gonna be like, we have a special Gundam for you. And you see the Gundam, it's a large size, like, out of shape Gundam holding a mop in a bucket.
With the sombrero. And it shoots it shoots out like jalapeno shit, what's it called? Missiles.
And it's like, oh, Mr. Liquid Metal Pro, we got the special one for you over here, son. And you see, and it's like, it looks exactly like me with a mech Boro next to it. I'm like, God damn it. Even in Japan, they make fun of me.
Mm-hmm.
But fuck it, it's a mech. I'll take it anyways. Hop on my Boro tank, start riding across the EU at the speed of, well, I don't know how fast the donkey goes, but I guess at that speed.
Mm-hmm. Well, if we do, we win. I call the Ardennes. I'm getting Germany. You can have whatever. I don't care else. I'm keeping Germany for myself. That's my territory now.
The Ardennes, that's in France.
I mean,
Belgium.
you can have the German.
Whatever. They're all the same. They're trash. Okay, let me have a piece of Belgium where the Ardennes is, and then but I want Germany because I want all those beautiful blonde Ericas.
I kind
I'll
of
take southern Germany where the mountains are. The northern Germany is, flat and it's mostly industrial and crap. The beautiful parts in the south.
Is it all the women that are named Erica? They have to be beautiful though, because I like that song. So I think that's my, Nazi likings inside me is I like that song.
Well, why don't we just split Germany in half, and we that way we can share.
Didn't we try that for a few decades already? Didn't we try that last century?
Yeah.
Well, see,
No, well, you know what? But last time it was East and West. Now we'll do North and South. That's how we do it. We split it.
We can the Civil War with the Germans this time.
Dude, I would like it if they fought each other. It'd be cool. Like, we could get them to fight each other every few years just for entertainment. Like, just get them all riled up and wanting to kill each other.
Late. How would you say the South shall rise again in German?
What?
The South shall rise again in German.
I'm not sure what rise again is. Der Süd. I'll have to translate it.
I feel like Kendall right now is screaming at the top of his lungs, like the answer.
Der Süden wird wieder auferstehen.
I want
Auferstehen, not
I would love that as a shirt.
Because verstehen means to understand. Der Süden soll wieder auferstehen. There we go. Just stand again.
There you go.
That should be a shirt.
Oh, okay. So now there's something that I don't understand. Why are they calling him Appalachian American?
Calling who Appalachian
Kendo.
American?
He lives in Missouri.
I thought they were just making that joke because Jeff said that a hillbilly had messaged him on the Facebook saying, "We prefer the term Appalachian Mountain." So
Appalachian
that's
Americans.
all I remember. I don't remember anyone calling Kendo Appalachian Mountain.
That's what they've been calling him on the show. That I thought that's what they've been calling him. And I'm like, he lives in Missouri. That's like 1,000 miles away from the Appalachian Mountains. Now the Ozarks are in Missouri. And that's where, I don't remember where the Beverly Hillbillies are from. Ozark. I think in the movie they were from Missouri. But I don't, in the original TV show, I'm not sure where they were supposed to be from.
Well, see, Late, you're asking one of those questions that have no answer. Kind of like when somebody asks, well, where did Big Rig come from? Nobody knows.
Nobody knows the troubles I've seen.
I'm
pretty sure you know.
Nobody knows my sorrows.
Again, I'm pretty sure no one can compare.
No one. No, nothing. How does that song go? Nothing compares to you.
How do you not know the lyrics? That was like the most popular song of your day, whenever that was.
Because he's drunk. I keep telling you, he's drunk.
I'm not drunk, but I am buzzing.
He says he's not drunk. See how he's lying?
But I did switch up to a 10% alcohol beer, so we'll see.
Oh my God.
This thing is an 11% beer.
Keep him away from the mic. He's gonna spew outright propaganda next.
Yeah, well, first I have to know some.
Gonna start talking about the Rhineland, how he wants the Rhineland back or something.
Rhineland-Westphalia. No, that's Alsace-Lorraine. The Rhineland is in Germany. Alsace is in France now. That's
oh my God, it's like his final form is trying to creep out, but he can't. Like it still needs more booze.
He's doing the Nazi hand salute right now, I bet, right now, as we're speaking.
No, I can't do that when I got it. I'm holding my penis. I need both hands for that.
Shit.
Wow, this episode got dark pretty quick.
Got dark. It just got weird.
Not dark. It just got all weird. Yeah, that's the word. I'd say weird.
Well, apparently the Ines who's nude is not the same one as I chose, so I'm sorry. Well, I'll choose the other one next time. Then who the hell's this other one? She's 35 years old.
Walking around without his pants on.
Ugh.
Great attitude. So I'm going to have to bookmark the other chick. Can I even find a picture of this woman's with her clothes on? That looks good? Nope.
Just use like a blurry picture or something.
She was Playboy's Cyber Chick of the Month or something.
Or just put some stars over the juicy bits.
I don't know.
No, we should put some little pictures of Dion on the juicy bits. Like right where the nipples are. Just Dion's head.
Wow.
No. What they need is they need late space over the juicy bits.
Oh, you're almost.
And the
fine.
title should be "Is Late Alt-Right."
He ain't right in the head, that's for sure.
Well, you heard it here first, folks. He never was.
Yeah, the Cyber Club. So anyway, that's enough of that nonsense. But let's wrap this up.
All right.
I've got to be at Perfect North Slopes tomorrow at 7:30. That's about a 40-minute drive. So
Yes,
unless you want me calling you at 5 o'clock in the morning to complaining that I'm tired because you kept me up too late, let's wrap this thing up.
All right.
And my sinuses are going nuts for some reason. What?
What?
Do you know the way to San Jose?
Is he talking to the dog Kellogg? I mean, not Kellogg.
There are no dogs
What the
down
other
there.
dog? No, oh shit! I don't remember their names. I don't know why I thought that
You
name.
need to bring her on stream. She sounds like a nice, lovely young lady that probably takes after a dad a lot, and maybe she will have a lot of positive things to contribute to the show. Specifically, a lot of her. I don't know. She plays Overwatch. I just want to shit talk her about Overwatch for like an entire hour.
Yeah. She thinks you guys are all weird.
Well, excuse us for being real people.
Right. I bet you she's got like a poster of what's his name, Heinrich Himmler on her wall.
Oh,
You're really gonna get us in trouble, man.
Like father, like daughter.
That
The
the YouTube algorithms are just gonna run overtime on you. Although with your accent, it's not gonna know what to do with it.
It's gonna be like,
You know what though? I could see like, was it Liquid More Profies ever at those fan con or what is those expos or anime expos or comic cons? I've noticed they have like a section of people that they dress up. It looks like Nazi products or whatever you want to call it.
Oh, I know what you're talking
But
about.
it's a bunch of it's all that yaoi gay shit, and I'm just like, I want to see Liquid Metal Pro dress up as one of those gay SS, soldiers. He's a SS.
why
But,
the gay one?
I don't know. It's just what I'm thinking about.
Listen,
Like-
unless you can guarantee me that my partner in crime is a hot German blonde chick with like her tits hanging out of the popping out of the jacket, then I'm not doing it. Especially if I have to play the gay SS soldier or something like that. It ain't happening at that point.
Okay.
Oh God! Do you want me to get killed? I need that much
Speak
action.
Spanish the whole time. That's what it is. You guys speak Spanish the whole time when you do it. That'll really throw people off.
Not only will it throw people off,
They'll think
I
you're
think
from
they will
Argentina.
just accept it because it's like, oh, it's part of their culture, and they're a different color from ours. So that's really, I think, the way you can get away with a lot of things nowadays. As long as you have the right amount of, I guess, the right skin color, and you make it sound like it's part of your culture, people will believe anything, and they'll just run with it because it's like, oh, we don't want to be seen as insensitive. So let's just appease these people. So I think I'm gonna try a thought experiment like that one day and see just how far I can push that.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Good luck with that.
It's gonna fail.
Well, let me talk about one more thing. The comic book, The Stealing Solo. Have either of you bought it yet?
I have not yet.
LMP?
I feel terrible. I actually will be ordering it. I just feel terrible I haven't done so yet.
Yeah.
That the reason why is because when they revealed the few pieces of artwork, the one where they had the one that looks like Jeff, and you see just the look on his face, he looks like the obsessed fan right there. I'm like, I have to read this. This looks perfect. That face says it all.
I was gonna buy it this weekend because I got paid, But then I was like, oh, but I need to save up because the gun show's next week. But next weekend. But I will buy it, and because I want to see like why the hell has Harrison Ford got an earring on? That's what keeps throwing me off about this whole thing. I see the image. I was like, why does he have an earring?
Because he wears an earring.
He wears an earring?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah. No, that's looks just like that.
Oh.
Now wait a minute.
God.
Now wait a minute.
Oh, wait a minute, Matt.
No.
No, Matt.
Wait a minute, Harrison Ford. No. He wears a fucking earring.
On the subject of that, did you guys like listen in when he found out about like Alex Jones and the trap porn? Like how he reacted to that?
He who?
Please tell me you know who we're talking about. Oh God, he doesn't know, does he?
Are you talking to me or Brian?
I don't know who he's talking to and nor what, but yes, just do an image search for a Harrison Ford earring. It's actually a small loop that he wears.
That's weird.
I don't
Talk
know if he's got
about
one in
shit.
each ear or just sometimes he has a stud. It's usually his left ear, I think. I don't think he has both.
Okay. I thought that was like just something for the comic, and I'm like all curious what that's all about. But it's like, oh, okay, so he does that for real. Weirdo. What a freak.
Yeah.
It's like
Speaking of freaks, you know what you just reminded me of?
Mm-hmm.
That one episode of Samurai Jack.
Which one?
In the last season, where they had the guy who looked like a talking penis.
Oh yeah.
It was like, what a freak. And then you're just thinking it's gonna leave it at that, and it's like, like a talking penis.
Yeah. That was
I still
fun.
never got over that.
That was probably like the best joke I think in that whole season. Was the
Indeed, it was.
Yeah. Like that dude was pretty funny. I liked him. I think it was Scaramouche.
Yes, Scaramouche. Oh God, why did they kill him off? I really liked him.
Mm-hmm.
Oh well. Anything else you want to talk about, Leap?
I don't think so. So, I am starting to finalize recipe for the 100,000 ale, which will probably be ready by the time they hit 150 or something. But yeah, get stealing solo. I'm gonna at some point very soon. I'm gonna join at twice what I did for Pie Frog or whatever it's called, Cyber Frog, Cyber Toad,
Cyber Frog.
Toad, Frog and Toad, Toad and Frog.
Cyber Gay Frog.
Cyber Gay. They turned the Cyber Gay. Cyber Frog's gay.
Speaking of reptiles, LMP, do you remember that cartoon Franklin with the turtle?
Oh my God, where are you going with this?
Like, I'm thinking if they made a cartoon of it again, or if they made it, if he was live action character, he would be a black guy, a black kid. I don't know why. Like, if maybe Michael B. Jordan should voice him if they bring that back, they reboot that. Like, he just looks like he would be a black kid.
I don't know why, but the first thing I was thinking of when you was bringing that up, I'm like, he's gonna go somewhere with this, somewhere really awful. But I don't know why. The first thing I was thinking was you're gonna say autistic child.
No, that's Caillou, and he's like a cancer patient.
Well, yeah, wasn't he supposed to be like a cancer patient or something? From what I understand.
No, I don't think he was. Just people kept saying that because he was bald.
Well,
Like,
that's what I thought.
Yeah, no care. Yeah, like I made that joke, and then like later on, I found that other people were making the same joke. And I was like, man, like
Yeah,
everyone.
Because you watch the show, he's such a, like, even for a little kid, he's so whiny and like spoiled and everything. And I'm thinking to myself, well, they're probably just trying to make him feel comfortable because like he doesn't have much time to live. And then eventually, I found out he wasn't a cancer kid, and I was like, oh, well, these parents are retarded. Like, what are they, brother and sister or something? Yes, I know that was insensitive, people. Stop rolling your eyes. I can see you on chat.
I'm rolling my eyes right now. I can see my brain right now. That's how hard I'm rolling him. Oh.
All right.
Let's just kill it.
Let's kill it. I ain't got nothing else. Shot some beer reviews tonight. Hopefully I get them edited soon. We'll see. I've got other things I need to be doing on my channel and done, and I've just been lazy, and that's why I don't have any viewers. Anyway, yeah, I don't have anything else to say or do. Anybody have anything they want to? Let's see if we can do one ending this week instead of 3. Is that fair?
Very.
Okay.
Very. All right, so let's very quickly let's do a comment slam. Yep, no comments from last week's video except mine. The experiment may not have worked. We have 41 views on last week, which is it's a big shame considering 2 episodes ago, well 3 now, we had a hot Asian chick on the thumbnail and she has 452 views. So we'll see. So I did not announce, that's the one thing we haven't done yet, and now I sound like I'm on NPR again. So, Ines Brigman is our inductee into the Hall of Fame. She has nice assets and beautiful eyes and a great attitude, which will be reflected in the thumbnail. Well, some of her assets, but not her her profile of lower assets. Now, I did confuse her with another Ines. I don't know if it's Ines or Ines, and that is Alexandra, and I'll hold that one off for another time. Both are very beautiful young women with features that we all can love and enjoy. Well, at least from an image, not real life. But Miss Brigman is 35 years old. She's 5'3", I think, and if I think her eye color is real, or she's wearing the same contacts for years. So I don't know. I know there are colored contacts, and sometimes you can't tell, but hey, whatever. So there you go. She is in the thumbnail, and and she's I actually have her covering up the Fancaste logo in the bottom right-hand corner, and that's on purpose. All right. So I have been your host, Brainmuffin, the Lifted Nerd, also known as Channel Dad to about 6 people. With us has been TapAndDie.
We all love Dion.
Green.
And also has been Big Rig LMP.
Acorns, twigs, tree bark, stuff that you put around the house. Put a little potpourri here and there, a little salt. It's a good thing.
All right. We'll see you next time for episode 50. Good night.
And goodbye, you whiny sons of Biatch.